Welcome to Olathe. We are set for the Kansas 6A championship match featuring Blue Valley West, the Jaguars, taking on Washburn Rural. Welcome to see you back alongside Dave Borchard. I'm Lee Fleisig. We ought to have a doozy of a championship final. These two teams know each other very well, two of the powerhouses in Kansas 6A.
Yeah, no doubt. And Blue Valley West has traditionally come out on the receiving end, the winning end of these matchups, including this year. The two teams faced off. Blue Valley West won that one 2-0.
Let's start with the Queens of Kansas 6A. Blue Valley West, 4 straight state championships. They're led by their quarterback in the defense.
Yeah, unbelievable streak, 4 straight state titles. Grace Bartlett, like you said, quarterback of the team, senior defender. Blue Valley West only allowed 19 goals in 20 games, so only giving up about a goal per game, and Grace Bartlett a big part of that.
Washburn Rural plays some great defense as well, but they've got some offensive firepower too with Belle Kennedy.
Yeah, no doubt. She was named midfielder of the year last year. Big key to this team in the center of the park, and she's going to have a great game if they're going to pull the upset here today.
It ought to be a doozy. Blue Valley West going for 5 straight 6A titles. Washburn Rural looking for a bit of revenge. We're kicking it off right after this on Spectrum Sports. Stay with us. Hy-Vee, proud to support Greater Kansas City High School athletics. This for the Kansas 6A Girls Soccer Championship. Blue Valley West will be on the right-hand side of your screen. They will be in the white trimmed in red. Washburn Rural, the Junior Blues, in their home blues. Brian Hensel, 17th year at Washburn Rural. Assistant there for 8 years prior. Their 9th trip to the Final Four, 8th straight. They've been runner-up to Blue Valley West in 18 and 19. Undefeated in the Centennial League this year. Beat Free State, Wichita East, Wichita Northwest, all in shutouts, then had a battle against Olathe Northwest in the semifinal last night. Alex Amon leads Blue Valley West. He is all Jaguar, 22 years. He set the 4-time defending state champion. Wins over Rural in 18 and 19. 8 total titles, 11 straight finals. Let that sink in for just a moment. Alex Amon, quite a dynasty at Blue Valley West. And there's Grace Bartlett, who he said eats glass for breakfast. I don't know about the pregame meal today, but she will run things from the back for Blue Valley West. There's Belle Kennedy, 16 goals, 6 assists. Midfielder of the year last year. Both sides well represented.
And what a matchup, Leaf. These are two teams with great resumes, great experience against each other in the past as well. If you remember that game where the Chiefs and Bucks faced off in the Super Bowl with all the hype, this is sort of like that kind of matchup. It should be great.
West will kick it away, and we're underway. Opening 40 minutes here from Olathe. Alexis Morrison, for Blue Valley West. Go over to Washburn Rural.
Weather could be a factor like it was in the third place game. It's into the low 80s now, about 82 degrees. The wind continues to go right to left on your TV screen. So behind Washburn Rural here in the first half. About 20-mile-an-hour winds consistently, gusts up above 30 miles an hour. So definitely favoring the Junior Blues here in the first half. We'll see how much of a factor that is.
We saw Olathe Northwest really take advantage of that in the opening match against Manhattan.
Yeah, no doubt. And he could be a factor as well. Wouldn't be shocked to see water breaks. We saw some of that in the first matchup today. Again, we see the impact of the wind there. Not much of a pass back. It just kept going and going. We'll see it on the goal kicks. We'll see it on the corner kicks. The ball is really not going to sit still very well with these conditions.
Good look at Grace Bartlett, who's heading to Grand Canyon. She'll get used to the heat.
No doubt. Sounds like a really cool place to go to college, right?
Oh, it'd be hard to beat. Yeah, call me in November and December, January, right? And Merrick. Again, you see the wind taking that ball all the way through the end line.
And like we were saying, the wind definitely going to be a factor. We just saw it there. You see the flag. Pretty much max stretch there. About 20 miles an hour consistently. Gusts up to 30 to 40 miles an hour according to the forecast. So all these goal kicks into the wind for Blue Valley West, they're going to get kind of pushed back in their face here in the first half. And in that game earlier, we saw Olathe Northwest get up 3-0 in the first half with the win. So for Blue Valley West, I know a lot of people might expect them to win with their history, but if they could get into half even, it would be a big win for them.
We mentioned Washburn Rural had a real battle with Olathe Northwest. That was the earlier semifinal. Blue Valley West played the later one, although they weren't as challenged as much on the field. Shorter turnaround time for the Jaguars.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, these are kids in the prime of their life, but still, that's a quick turnaround. You get done playing, you go eat real quick, you go to bed, and you're up again. There's not much time for recovery, treatment, all that sort of stuff. So it is a quick turnaround, and now you're going from the cool of the evening to the heat of the day. So definitely tough conditions, but playing for the state title, I'm sure it'll be kind of in the back of their mind, but not really in the forefront.
Bartlett with a throw in. Looking for Kira Berman.
Get back! Hey, Emma, you might not let Wilbur step back. You're taking 4.
Bartlett with a throw. Headed out of there by Kennedy.
And one thing to watch, Blue Valley West this half, long-range shots aren't going to be that great of an option going into this breeze. Can they get a set piece, get the ball close to goal, or maybe dribble through the defense to get a close-range shot as foul is given there? But long-range shots going in the direction of left to right on your TV, they're just not going to work very well going into this breeze.
Good battle there from Alandra Bailey.
You said it, Leaf. Crazy streak. 11 straight state finals, 4 straight state titles. You hear it, and it almost seems like it just can't be true.
8 total championships. It's quite a run.
And having beaten Washburn Rural in this game in 18 and 19, beating them in the regular season this year 2-0. If there's any psychological advantage, you would certainly think it's in the favor of Blue Valley West here today. Nice move there. Again, you saw the wind completely just bat down that long ball forward.
Audrey Kirk. On goal, and a goal! Reese Wood puts the Jaguars on top early.
That's exactly what I was talking about, Leaf. I don't think long-range shots are going to do much going this direction, but that was perfect. Dribbling up the sideline, a perfect cross, and a shot from close range in the box. The wind can't slow that down. See a great initial move right here to beat the defender, and then just a patient build-up. Second defender cannot get over. Absolutely perfect cross, and a first-time finish. The goalie had no chance, and a dream start for Blue Valley West, looking for their 5th straight state title. And that's going to give them a great chance to get there.
A lot of talent on this Blue Valley West side. 4 of the 5 seniors will play collegiately. Reese Wood heading to Creighton. Trying to leave her mark in this championship match.
And if you're Washburn Rural, you know you've lost this title game a couple times to Blue Valley West. You know you lost to them earlier this season. That's kind of the nightmare start. We talk about how ideal that is for Blue Valley West, but for the Junior Blues, they came in here maybe lacking a little confidence in this matchup. That certainly doesn't help them. But what a move.
Alexis Morrison. Ahead to Berman. Berman runs it down. Knocked out of play.
You saw it look like when that ball was hit, it looked like it might roll over the end line, but the wind did just enough to hold it up. And now a corner kick, Blue Valley West with another scoring chance in the opening minutes. one thing to note on this, the wind is going to push the corner kick away from goal. So whereas you might normally put it at the edge of the 6-yard box, you may have to aim a little bit more towards the end line here because the wind's going to push it back.
Lebyangashik sends it in. Nice attempt. Haley Beck there to grab it for Washburn Rural.
Haley Beck made it look easy, but you always like seeing those kung fu type kicks, bicycle kick type moves, and great idea there. That was given. Otherwise, it could have been a breakaway opportunity. And already you can see the whistle's been blown 3 or 4 times already. Definitely the game being called tighter than what we saw in the consolation game earlier, so that's something to watch as well as this game progresses.
Landra Bailey thought she had a breakaway here. Here's the attempt from Bartlett.
Again, tough to get a lot of mustard on that facing away from the goal and especially into the wind. Ended up being a pretty routine save there for Haley Beck.
Blue Valley West Side has been tested 5 overtime games this year, including a double overtime win over Blue Valley during this playoff run.
Yeah, and looking at their schedule, they obviously finished with that 15-3-1 record. Had her scooped up by the keeper. 15-3-1 record, Leaf, but only one of those losses was not in overtime. So they've been tested, but they've pretty much prevailed at every game other than one game in regulation.
This is going to be a corner kick now for Blue Valley West. Haley Beck did not agree, but did she touch the line?
Well, normally,
tiptoe. Where's the other one? Yes. Good call. She knew it.
Tried to play it off. Tried to act like nothing was amiss, but yeah.
Leadership with another good turn.
Good look there.
It's Reese Wood again. Berman trying to get a turn on it. Bartlett stops it, sends it high.
Well, surprising though, Leaf. We've talked about the impact of the wind. We've certainly seen it affect the ball for both teams, but Washburn Rural has not been able to take advantage of the wind in terms of possession or offensive attack, as you see again that long-range shot sailing high. Instead, it's been Blue Valley West really controlling the possession, almost all the possession here, going into the wind the first 10 minutes. See if that changes, but the wind certainly hasn't helped the Junior Blues as much as we might have thought it would.
Played away there by Audrey Kirk.
Barely over the sideline. I'll go back to Washburn Rural. Got a huge crowd out here today. Can't blame them with great weather and the state title on the line, but grandstand in front of us totally packed.
Kennedy throws it in. Kennedy with a nice move. Centers it. That was Ungashik. Played it away and
risky move here. Watch this lunge here. Ends up getting kicked on the way to the ground, but gutsy defending there ends up saving a scoring chance. First really dangerous moments of the match for the Junior Blues.
This is Morrison with it, tries to send it ahead. Berman with the battle, wins it. Berman sends it outside. Abby Freeze trying to make something happen. Left footer. Kinley Roan with the clear. Now Washburn Rural with a chance. Krieger. Headed ahead by Bailey.
Pretty good build-up there for the Junior Blues, but can't quite crack the code yet in terms of getting the ball near goal with a scoring chance. But it looked like it might be on its way there, but they don't end up getting a shot off. Pretty good stuff, though. And again, it's really important for them, especially now that they're down a goal, to take advantage of this win. Second half's not going to be nearly as easy offensively, and they find themselves down a goal or more at the half to the defending champs. It's going to be a really tall mountain to climb, especially with that 20-mile-an-hour wind in their face the second half.
Eddie Brocksterman comes up to take it for Washburn Rule.
One on four there, and somehow Blue Valley West able to keep possession against pretty bad numbers there.
Who's there?
Kira Berman doing the work for West. For Berman again. Gathered up by Haley Beck.
That was a really good first ball on the sideline, but the cross back to the middle, a little too close to the goalkeeper.
Beck sends it deep. That ball's still in play. Bartlett under control.
Well, that'll be something to watch. Pretty much every goal kick from the south end is one bounce away from being a goal-scoring opportunity, because they're all going to go sailing past midfield. And then one strange bounce or one slip by a defender, and you'll have a runner on goal for the Junior Blues. So you wouldn't normally think a goal kick, or even in this situation, a free kick from long range, you wouldn't think much of it. But with this wind, any long-range kick is a chance to spring a scoring chance.
Berman called for the shove. Kennedy with the header.
Nice defense there.
Reese Walbert with the defensive play. That ball sent in. Good ball from Megan Walters. Junior Blues with it. Reagan Allen.
Not great numbers here, though. 3 versus 6, and then really good step there by the defense.
Fiorates takes that one away. Head to Audrey Kirk. Kirk set up the last goal. Just through the box. Berman thought she had a shot at it. Taken down again.
Yeah, a little bit of contact there, really, for the second time during this last 20-second sequence, but referee says no penalty. First one I thought for sure was a good no call. That one looked like maybe a little bit more contact. Take another look at it. Here's the touch. Looked like maybe clipped from behind, but nonetheless, no call is given there. I think if a penalty was given, you could certainly see why, but also at the same time, not a no-doubter.
Kira Berman will head to the sideline. Devin Monahan in midfield. Bartlett with a good pass. Bartlett sends it ahead. Zapato.
Pretty physical defending there, but referee's allowing it, at least for now. We're seeing Blue Valley West get a good amount of success with these long balls forward over the top, getting one-on-one with the forward against the defender, and more often than not, the Jaguars forward's able to run onto it like they did right there.
Grace Walred in the match for the Jaguars. Grace Bartlett will throw it in. With the throw in. Way ahead for Kate Hink. Hard to outrace the wind, isn't it?
Well, I was going to say, she put in so much effort to sprint all the way down the field to finally secure the ball right before the end line, and then like she just ran out of gas as she barely is able to track it down. And then kind of lost her footing, lost her balance, was trying to kick it off the defender. It ends up just going over the end line. There's a bad giveaway.
Hanks got it. Dinesh Holt right there for the Jaguars.
Valley West dodged the bullet there as normally you have a defender take the goal kick. You expect him to boot it up the field. Instead, it was played short and turned over right at the edge of the box. Junior Blues, bit of an underdog, despite their great success the last 5 years. Still a bit of an underdog against Blue Valley West, the four-time defending state champ. And when you get chances like that, you got to capitalize.
Ryan Hensel said this is the most athletic team he's maybe ever had. Washburn Rural. Loves their toughness.
Goalkeeper scoops it up. Let's take a look earlier. And again, defender taking the goal kick quickly, but just a bad giveaway. Long-range shot right at the keeper. Didn't get a lot on that. Yeah, that was a chance. I mean, if that ball would have been hit at full pace, there's a chance it's tied up right now. Blue Valley West definitely needs to be careful more when the ball is at the feet of their defenders.
Bishop unable to save it, so we have throw in for Washburn Rural. So Kennedy will take it. Headed away.
Blues get a corner kick. The first real stretch, we've seen the ball at Blue Valley West defensive end of the field for the last minute or two, and it's like the Junior Blues sort of settling into the game here offensively.
Kenley Roan will take it for Washburn Rural. Trailing 1-0 here midway through the first half. Strong right to left wind. Nice save from Holt, who got a right hand on that to keep it out of the net.
Man, and that ball looked like it was just going to trickle in, didn't it? And just barely a fingertip diving save. Again, the Junior Blues, if they could have made a little bit better contact on that, you see it just slowly trickling and a full extension diving save. I think a little more contact on that, and that's probably in the back of the net.
Yeah, nobody could really get a good swing on it, could they? With nearly enough.
Yeah, just inches away from being enough. Offside flag goes up here. Scary moments, though, for Blue Valley West, who was really in control the first 15 minutes of the game, but the last 15 minutes, Washburn Rural starting to settle in. We always talk about how big the first goal is in soccer, is maybe have a contact lens issue or something like that. But well, I'll tell you, Leaf, the second goal today is just going to be monstrous as well, assuming we have more goals. I think the way this game is looking, I'd be surprised if we don't. So we see maybe a bit of rubber from the field turf or something like that, or maybe even looking up into that sun.
Yeah, the wind blowing pretty strongly in our face, too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Morrison now for West. Nice move.
That was given, but as I
taken down.
Yeah, as I was saying, that second goal will be huge because Washburn, in the back of their mind, you have to think a little bit. They're thinking, oh, here we go again against Blue Valley West. I think no doubt a good call there. Although there's contact for both players.
Yeah.
But, yeah, a second goal could be devastating if Blue Valley West gets it, but obviously for the Junior Blues, changes that mentality you get if they can get the equalizer.
Bartlett will take it. Right into the wall. Again, a really fast surface here at Seaback. Aided by the wind going from right to left on your screen.
Junior Blues not content to sit back defensively. They're definitely pressing the action. Every time a Blue Valley West player has the ball, they're up in their grill trying to force the turnover, and that's what we saw right there, quickly winning possession back just by that aggressive defensive play.
Wood and Berman in the Blue Valley West lineup. Led away by Landra Bailey. Berman fighting for it.
Defense
Long,
there.
Be a goal kick for Rule.
Yeah, good defense there, just shielding the ball over the end line. Again, these goal kicks, they're going to really soar going this way, right to left on your TV screen. And it could just take one wacky bounce or one header to possibly have a scoring chance.
Goal from Reese Wood, giving Blue Valley West the lead here, 1-0. Count down the final 16 minutes of this opening half.
I was going to say this first half is flying by. When you have matchups like this with two great teams, it seems like that can happen sometimes. You just want it to go on forever, but yeah, this first half is just flying. Both teams really playing well right now as Junior Blues have, like I said, settled in the last 10 minutes or so. Ooh, big collision there after the initial kick attempt is whiffed, and then you saw a bit of a football tackle on the follow-through.
Bartlett taken down.
Again, I think the initial kick was whiffed there. Got some turf, and then kind of an elbow to the back. I don't think she intended it to be that vicious, but it ended up looking that way.
Bartlett with a strong kick. Played down by Morrison.
Interesting call there. There was definitely some pushing and shoving in the box, but I don't know if I saw anything worthy of a foul on Blue Valley West. Nonetheless, a break for Washburn Rural. Let's take another look. It looked like a good touch forward. You had some, I guess it was a little bit of a push in the back, but again, this game being called much tighter than the consolation game we saw earlier, where maybe 3 fouls the whole game. Lots of whistles here in the first 25 minutes.
Madison Griffey there of West. Nice win by West.
A ton of space out here on the near sideline.
Berman with it. Berman moving in. Little shove from behind. Still with it. Can't get it turned.
Ends up being a goal kick, Leaf, but you called it right. There were shoves in the back multiple times in the box. If she would have gone to the ground, I don't know how they wouldn't have called a penalty kick there, but give her credit for staying on her feet because she was getting just pushed and shoved by multiple defenders. You saw it here, tons of space to run into, dribbling into the box. First push right there. Another push there. Another push there. That's 3 in the box. Refuses to go down, ends up losing possession over the end line, but a little risky defending there by the Junior Blues. Don't want to give up an easy shot, but also don't want to commit a penalty-worthy foul in the box. Well, that's one of my favorite things about American soccer players is there's not a lot of flopping, not a lot of diving. If you go down, it's normally earned.
Undershick with a nice win. Wrecked. Gets it centered. Berman on the outside. Can't get it away. Good defense.
Very good defense, blocking the shot. Really good passing in the build-up for Blue Valley West. Centering ball here. Yep. And then nice give and go. Shot is blocked, like you said, really good defending, but it's another set piece for Blue Valley West. Again, the wind's going to push this out towards the edge of the penalty area.
The footed kick.
So we're practicing those corner kicks right before we did our live shot from the field, and good service in the warm-ups, good service again there, but no one on the receiving end for the Jaguars.
West doing a good job right now winning the 50-50 balls, aren't they?
Yeah, no doubt, and you can just see how physical this game is. I swear, Leaf, when we were growing up, soccer in the U.S. wasn't, first off, anywhere near as popular as it is now, but, man, I don't remember it being physical like this. I mean, now you have pushing and shoving all the time. Most of the time it's not called a foul, and that's sort of how American soccer has developed over the last 20 years.
And no offense, but better athletes now, too, so it's...
I don't know. I thought you told me you were the best athlete of your generation.
I was talking about you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know about that. It's hard to beat Joe Novacek in that category, the state champ at everything. Our amazing producer.
Roll will throw it in. Leaving it for Wood. Back with a strong stop.
And what great dribbling up the far sideline, though, to create that scoring chance. First, keeping the ball in play, and then what a great cross back to the middle, but a good save at the end. Take another look at that most recent scoring chance. Again, great dribbling, just a perfect cross, one touch. Pretty good shot, but it ends up going right at the keeper who had the near post covered. It ended up being a pretty tough angle to try to score from.
Ungershik gets it under control.
And you see there the pressure by the Junior Blues.
Bartlett throws it in a hurry. Looking for Berman. Berman in a battle. Wins it. Finley Roan with some lockdown defense for Rural. 3 substitutions now for Blue Valley West.
Like the idea here, getting some fresh legs on after the late game last night and then with the heat today. Get a few extra minutes rest for some of your starters and try to finish off the last 9 minutes of the first half. Again, with some fresh legs.
Megan Walters, freshman, getting in the lineup.
Good, Hunt. Also on throw. Stay back. Hey, you can leave. First two.
Ball runs through the box. Walters trying to control. Picked away by the Junior Blues.
She might have tried to get that in just to avoid the throw in deep in the own defensive end for Blue Valley West. I thought a choice might be to play it back to the goalkeeper. Nonetheless, it's going to stay with Blue Valley West, but maybe a chance for a quick turnover here for the Junior Blues. And the ball's just booted out.
Misha clears it. Headed down by Merrick. Bartlett with a good pass ahead. Far side to Reagan Allen. Be a throw in for Washburn Rural.
Tons of space here to dribble into. Only one runner in the box, though, right now.
Berman in the middle. Tried to send it to her. Audrey Kirk. Final 6.5 minutes of this opening half.
One thing I'm seeing, Leaf, is Abby Freese, midfielder, continuing lurking here on the near sideline by us. A minute ago, if Blue Valley West could have controlled, she was wide open for a pass out to the edge. And again, just kind of lurking here at the edge of the box. Definitely a danger player. She's been good here in the first 34 minutes.
Kenzie Ulrich, the junior defender. Haley Beck will kick it away. This defense has been really good. 11 shutouts this year.
Yeah, in first half today, both defenses have played well. Really no amazing chances for the Junior Blues, and Blue Valley West have had a few, but certainly not running over Washburn Rural. Been a pretty even game despite the early goal for Blue Valley West.
Megan Walters will run it down.
And that pressure defense causing a quick turnover. For the Junior Blues, they need to be able to take these turnovers they're getting and turn those into scoring opportunities. They still haven't really done that much yet. Doing a good job of winning back possession. Now, what kind of creativity can they have here in the attacking third? Need to find that equalizer still.
Belle Kennedy with the throw in.
Well, again, referee calling it tie. There's a little bump there, but a little bit surprised at the foul call.
13 total fouls in our first game. We've already had 11 here in this first half.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And to be honest, the 13 in the first game seems high. It seems like we never heard the whistle, but it's been much more frequent here in this game for sure. Although that being said, the first game today got really, really chippy and physical, so lots of injuries in that one, and this game's been pretty clean so far, other than a few more fouls called. again, the wind hasn't necessarily helped the offense of the Junior Blues as much as we thought it might. The Blue Valley West can get into the halftime. Oh, a big collision there. How is that not a foul?
No call.
Blue Valley West can get into the half with his 1-0 lead. That's a huge win for them, especially since they get the win the second 40 minutes.
Walters wins it. Chance to push it ahead. Just a little too far for Kenzie Ulrich.
All right, we got to see a replay of this, Leaf, because out of all the times the whistle has been blown in the first half, oof, big collision with the hips and then an extension on the upper body as well. It looked like certainly just a flying header. Yeah, big contact there. I'm surprised that wasn't a foul. It seems like there's been less called a foul in the first half.
That ball gets loose. Kennedy trying to run it down. Played away. Now here comes West the other way. Kennedy with a bicycle kick. This is dangerous. Holt comes up to take it.
Good work there by the goalie as Reese Walrod was looking to try to find the ball for a second, and as that happened, the defender was racing behind her. Very good goalkeeping, though. Quick awareness coming off the line quickly. Otherwise, that would have been a chance for the Junior Blues.
Headed ahead. Hink trying to run it down. Unable to turn it.
Yeah, that fast surface in the wind, Leaf. It's something we keep saying, but it looked like that would have been a perfect pass on a different day. But just a little too hard on the touch. Rolls over the end line. Blue Valley West just got to survive that last 2 minutes and 13 seconds here.
I would think they would be thrilled to be leading 1-0 going into the wind, wouldn't they?
100%. And then having the wind at their back in the second half. They were already coming into this game at least a slight favorite, being the 4-time defending champs, and be feeling super confident with a 1-0 lead at halftime, like you said, especially considering they were going into this 20-mile-an-hour wind.
Audrey Kirk trying to run it down.
Say they may still have a chance to add to it. Certainly lots of long balls being bounced around here. Still time for either side to get a goal before halftime. It's off the referee. So hitting the ref there, that's normally a drop ball situation. Looks like that's what he's calling over here.
He raised his hand immediately. Sorry. Just couldn't get out of the way.
Referee was already a pretty big part of the game, and now officially, good touch there off the knee.
Into the box. Destiny Higgs still with it for Rural. Final minute.
Junior Blues hurry here. They could at least get a ball into the box. Now substitution.
Emma Krieger in the match. Orlick plays it away. One more chance.
Really good defending there. It seemed like that was destined to be a shot by the Junior Blues, but instead really good defending by the Jaguars. Not much time left now. Yeah, high foot there, and that's going to be probably the last action of the half.
Been a well-played opening half. Brian Hensel and his Washburn Rural Blues trailing Blue Valley West 1-0. It was Reese Wood, senior midfielder, who got her Jags on the board early. Giving Blue Valley West a 1-0 lead. It was Audrey Kirk pushing the action, finding Reese Wood. Our only goal of the first half. Blue Valley West leading 1-0. It's 1-0 Blue Valley West as we get set for the second half of this Kansas 6A championship match. Big thank you to the Kansas State High School Activities Association that is bringing you this action. host Pat Butler of Olathe West was doing a great job. Great hospitality, good crowd, well-run championship. Ivy at the half stats. Dave, what do you see here?
Again, not a ton of great scoring opportunities. I always like to look at shots on goal. 3 for Blue Valley West, 2 for Washburn Rural. The shots on goal, the ones that are either saved or find their way in the back of the net. I think it's a great way to look at great goal scoring opportunities. 1 more for Blue Valley West. That's the difference. They find the back of the net. Neither team with a ton of set pieces. It was a physical first half. We mentioned only 13 fouls in the first game over the entire 80 minutes. Already 12 fouls called here in the first half. So referee calling it pretty tight. Going to be an interesting second half because it was a pretty darn even first half, and I think the stats bear that out.
Manhattan heading back home after their 5-0 loss to Olathe Northwest in the consolation game, and it was really all Northwest. We talked about what a great match they played against Washburn Rural, and they struck early and often with the win.
Possible handball missed right there. Nonetheless, at the end of the day, it's 5-0, and that handball there was the difference at the moment, but Olathe Northwest, the better team throughout the day. Goal after goal, chance after chance. Even in the second half when they were going into the wind, they found a way to win that half 2-0. Fast forwarding here to the second half. Any chance Manhattan had for a comeback was done there. That goal made it 4-0. And one more just to add a little insult to injury, unfortunately, if you're a Manhattan fan. Good touch there. Rounding the keeper right in the net before the last defender can get there. 5-0 was the final score. And Olathe Northwest, tough loss last night, 3-2 to Washburn Rural, but they showed today how good they are. 5-0 to claim the third-place trophy for the state of Kansas.
Collier with a pair of goals. Northwest, 22 shots on goal to 4 from Manhattan, so great defense from the Ravens as well as they walk that third-place trophy across the street onto the school campus. Blue Valley West went into the locker room for this 10-minute break. Washburn Rural getting a little shade under the scoreboard, but Brian Hensel keeping his team out there. They are a little bit longer walk to the locker rooms, but Blue Valley West decided to go inside.
I don't know if there's some psychology there. I told you during the break, it reminds me of sometimes in boxing where the fighter refuses to take a seat and he's just staring over at his opponent. Now, there wasn't a stare down in this scenario, but it is interesting keeping them outside. We've talked about the weather being a big factor. 80 degrees, 82 actually, last time I looked. Heat index is 83, so it's not like it's a cool 82. It's muggy, it's windy. There is a little shade under that scoreboard, but yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe he's thinking his team's tough enough to handle that extra 10 minutes of being outside. We'll see. I think it's going to be a fascinating second half. These are two really good teams. And Blue Valley West, I think they have to have a little bit of an advantage psychologically. They've already beaten the Junior Blues 2-0 this year. They've beaten them in 2 state championship games in 2018 and 2019. They're leading today 1-0, and now they have the win in the second half. Not to say they can relax, because if they let down for a minute, this is obviously a 1-1 game, but I think Blue Valley West in a great spot here to get their 5th straight state title, and what a run it is. Hard to believe, 11 straight state championship games. Now up 1-0 with the win. It kind of seems like the writing's on the table, Leaf, but that's why we love sports. You never really know what's going to happen. Could be Washburn Rural strikes twice and they pull an upset here.
So if you're Blue Valley West head coach Alex Amon, what's the message to your team as you head out for the final 40 minutes?
I think it's do the exact same thing we did in the first 40, because offensively they had more shots, they had more shots on goal, and at the same time defensively they were rock solid. Really not a ton of good chances for the Junior Blues. So I think it's don't be complacent. Don't rest on your laurels. Don't just sit back and defend. You don't want to be super aggressive where you expose yourself for breakaway opportunities on the back end, but just keep doing what you're doing. Possess the ball. Try to get that insurance goal. As we've talked about, second goal would be enormous. Could be a nail in the coffin if Blue Valley West can score it. You hear the crowd going bonkers here. And then for Washburn Rural, I think at some point here in the second half, they're going to sell out. If this game stays 1-0, and once we get to 60, 65, 70 minutes, they're going to have to really start throwing numbers forward, because Blue Valley West has had the better of the offensive chances today. And Washburn Rural, if they don't commit some extra numbers forward, may have a hard time finding the back of the net, especially going into the wind here in the second half.
Blue Valley West, technically the visiting team here in their whites. They played 11 of their 14 games on the road this year. Alex Amon called them the Road Warriors. 8 of those games more than an hour away. You know, when you're the 4-time defending state champ, sometimes it's a little tough to schedule. So they had to go a little bit further for some matches, but he thought that really built a lot of camaraderie, a lot of time on the bus together. He thought maybe it was good for his team.
Tell you what, it makes the record even more impressive. Only 3 losses on the season. That many road games, it's amazing.
Washburn Rural wins it early. Bell Kennedy with the shot, blocked.
Calls for a handball there. It's hard to see, but it looked like the shot did hit somewhere near her hand.
Again, we've switched ends. Washburn Rural in the blue, going left to right on your screen. Blue Valley West in the white, trimmed in red. Berman leaves it back for Kirk. Alexis Morrison. Wide. Haley Beck watches it bounce in defense.
Like the idea of the long-range shot with that wind behind you, but didn't get a ton on that one. Ends up kind of floating a foot or two wide of goal.
Washburn Rural with 2 shots on goal in that opening half. Blue Valley West with 3. And Haley Beck finds out what it's like to hit it into this wind.
Yeah, her goal kicks were sailing to midfield in the first half, and nowhere near that here. It's going to be a factor. Like I said, any time there's a goal kick into this wind, it's one touch away from being a scoring opportunity. In this case, it would be for Blue Valley West. Really good defense right there.
So we've seen the entire first half is that great defense from Blue Valley West.
And again, the ball just runs. It looked like that was going to be an easy run onto it and dribble into the box. Instead, the forward never got to it just because the ball is going so fast on this field. Win part of that as well. See Blue Valley West continuing to be aggressive here in the opening minutes of the second half, certainly not sitting back and just trying to protect this 1-goal lead. They're stepping up aggressively on defense, trying to cut out passes and succeeding.
Reese Wood, who had that first goal, the only goal of this match. Audrey Kirk. Morrison, shot just high.
Better long-range shot there. She got a ton on that one. Was going right at the goalkeeper, ended up going just about a foot over the top. But that was absolutely hammered in that case. The one a minute ago, more of a floater. This one, just a rocket, barely over the crossbar.
K-State commit. What a good shot.
No doubt. Not sure if Beck could have gotten to that when it was so high up in the goal, but ends up going just over the top.
There's Bartlett. Corner kick for Blue Valley West.
Again, at this end of the field, the corner kicks, assuming it's a right-footed player taking it, they're going to be curling in towards the goal. Looks like Grace Bartlett going to take this. There is an option short, which she takes.
Right back to her. Through the box, the header just wide.
Oh, man, that looked like that was going in, didn't it, Leaf? That was seemingly destined for the back post, and it was wide open. I usually hate the short corner kicks, but this one was given right back for a perfect entry ball. Then the header,
like
ton of power.
With it, yeah.
Yeah, ton of power, and you see the goalkeeper just stuck at the near post. Fortunately, there was a defender on the back post, so that may have been cleared out anyway, but what a good idea on that set piece.
Blue Valley West taking early advantage of the wind. Throw in for West.
About an inch away from being a corner kick there. You saw the ball rolled straight up on the corner flag. Goes to the left. It's a corner kick. Instead, it's a throw in from the very end of the field. Been almost all possession for Blue Valley West here the first 4.5 minutes of the second half. See how much possession the Junior Blues can get going into this stiff breeze. Blue Valley West got a lot in the first half, though, even going into that wind.
Williams plays it down. Good pass to Morrison. Intercepted by Allen. Bartlett wins it.
It's a really nice touch there.
Trying to get ahead to Kirk. Off her foot. Be a goal kick for Washburn Rural.
Again, Blue Valley West really on the front foot here in the second half, pushing for that second goal. It could be just a huge mountain to climb if they can get that. Definitely been the better team here in the opening moments of the second 40 minutes. It's a good look there.
Lots of room to operate for Abby Freeze. Freeze with left footer. Right at the feet of Haley Beck.
Good idea, and Freeze had a runner there, but ends up getting that a little too close to goal, and Beck makes the catch look pretty easy. You know, it was a low ball in.
Chance now for Washburn Rural. Right-footed shot. McKinley Roan is gathered up there by Holt.
I'll tell you what, if that shot was at the other end of the field with the wind behind, it might have been a different result, because she absolutely clobbered this here. See it kind of sailing, but again, the wind holds it up just enough for Holt to make the save. It looked pretty easy, but that was actually a really well-struck ball. The referee seemingly letting things play out a little more this half, letting some plays go. Good moves.
Nice move from Ungashik. Right-footed shot is blocked.
She had some dreams of grandeur there as she teed up that shot after dribbling through multiple defenders. Absolutely crushed it, but right into one of those blue jerseys.
She deserved it, didn't she?
Oh, man, that would have been goal of the day so far if she would have gotten that one.
Kennedy heads it away. Just a little too far for Krieger.
Oh, really good defense there. Sacrificing the body to win back possession. You know, a ton of space on the near side. If she can get there.
Ungashik has done some work defensively. Audrey Kirk able to save it. Kirk gets it to the right side.
That's a good call by the ref. It may have hit off the ponytail there. The Blue Valley West midfielder is hard to see, but just a slight deflection, and the throw-in goes to the Junior Blues.
Wood got a piece of it. Kate Hink back in the match for Washburn Rural. Maddie Brocksterman will throw it in. Too far for Abby Freeze.
Got lucky, though. Took a deflection off one of the midfielders for Washburn Rural. Stays with the throw-in.
Emma Krieger with some room to work.
Leaf, it looked like a really good build-up right there, but we're looking out at the numbers. It ended up just being 2v4, so 2 attackers, 4 defenders, and Junior Blues need to get some more numbers up into the attack. It's always going to be long odds if you have 2 defenders for every attacker, so even though that looked like it was potentially going to be a chance, there just weren't numbers, and now the other way, maybe a chance for the Jaguars.
Good defensive play there by Hayden McWilliams.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say that. Really good defense. And again, look at that ball run. Seemed like initially a really good ball forward, but just a bit overhit, considering the wind, considering the speed of this field.
Kara Berman has great speed, but I'm not sure Superman can run those down when on this field downwind.
I was just going to say Usain Bolt could be here. It might not matter. That was a really good pass forward, but the secondary pass lets down the Jaguars a little. Still with the chance, though, putting on the pressure here.
Kennedy controls. Hungershik with it. Right across the box. Header from Alexis Morrison is just wide.
Seems like a goal may be coming here for Blue Valley West. They've had a lot of possession this half, and the ball quite a bit here in the defensive end of Washburn Rural. Good chance there as that header goes a foot or two wide of goal, but again, good build-up, sent to the back post, a bit overhit. Great ball back there, and the header goes just wide. But Blue Valley West keep getting chances like this. They're likely going to find their second goal. That might be enough to cinch up that state title for them.
Going to play this ball ahead. Washburn Rural with a chance now. McKinley Roan.
Really good defense there.
West all over it. Able to clear.
Big collision and great defending again. Kind of some chaos right now at the moment out there.
Kennedy with it. Takes down the Jaguar. Audrey Kirk taken down from behind.
Yeah, honestly, I thought that could have been a yellow card there. Pretty hard foul. No doubt it was a foul, but thought that could have even been a yellow card. Yeah, lots of emergency defending there for the Jaguars. Collisions, stepping up, sacrificing the body to get the ball out of danger. First really scary moments for the Junior Blues in quite a while.
Bill Kennedy leaving the Washburn Rural lineup. She's kind of holding her side. She leaves the field. We'll take a look at her.
Doesn't look good, does it? And lots of white jerseys back, but they're broken here at the moment.
Opportunity for Washburn Rural. Holt comes out, makes a nice save.
Yeah, what a save, because one-on-one against the keeper. That's the best chance of the match so far for the Junior Blues. Credit to Zanish Holt, who stood tall, made a great save.
Now West trying to go back the other way. But Kirk's not going to be able to catch up to that one. How about Zanesh Holt?
And that's one of those you need your goalie to make one or two huge saves each game, and this was one with no defenders in between. Quickly off the line, took away the angle, and just ate up that shot. What a block, what a save.
Delaney Hill got a good swing on it. But Holt was up to the challenge.
Yeah, saving the match for sure for either side. What a play. Kind of came out of nowhere. It was lots of white jerseys back, but one perfect pass ended up unraveling the defense there. And that's just going to roll over the sideline, though. It'll be a throw-in. Junior Blues showing there that even though they haven't had a ton of possession, not a ton of chances this half, they can still be dangerous and get something out of nothing. It didn't look like there was going to be a scoring chance coming there, but one good pass ends up unlocking the defense. Need to do a bit more of that if they're going to find the equalizer, because the ball's still been down here most of the half.
Audrey Kirk with a pretty good battle. She'll get the throw in. Cleared out by Alandra Bailey. Burke with a nice pass. Shot save. Rebound score.
She's down and injured, but that's a goal that may end up clinching the state title. That's all effort and hustle there as the initial shot was saved. And that's a poacher's goal, just being in the right place in the right time. What an incredible goal for Blue Valley West, and Reese Wood, her second of the game, gives them that cushion they needed. Again, it was like you called it, Leaf, a great pass here into open space. Good save initially there on that tight angle shot, but Wood gets absolutely clobbered by the goalkeeper. Kind of got her knee bent under her. Oh, man, hopefully she'll be okay. But what a finish. Sacrificing the body for the team, and may have sacrificed her body for the state title there. Second goal of the game. Wow.
Big 2-0 lead now for Blue Valley West with under 24 minutes to play.
Talk about senior leadership there. Kind of carrying the team on her back today with 2 goals. It just feels to me like that second goal is going to be a mountain to climb. This defense has been so good today for Blue Valley West.
Reese Wood heading to Creighton next year. Blue Jays are getting a good one.
No doubt about that. And we talked about this earlier, I think. At this point in the game, especially now that you're down 2 goals, Junior Blues are really going to have to throw numbers forward. I think this game could be really wide open here the last 23 minutes. Ooh, what a fake there. It's a good idea.
Loose ball. That comes on to handle it.
More and more Washburn Rural is pressing forward, the more and more chances Blue Valley West may have to sneak behind and get another goal. Foul's called there against the Jaguars. Going up for a header there, and looks like she got hit by the ball. Maybe not a foul, but nonetheless it was called one. Got to be careful here.
Ain't unable to grab it. There's a takedown. And that'll bring out the card.
Yeah, no doubt that's a foul. But give credit to Bailey kind of letting herself get taken out there. Let herself get clobbered, set up a very dangerous free kick. See here, stepping in front, knowing she's going to get crushed, and she does. Again, this is into the wind, though. It's going to be tough to beat the goalkeeper from this range into the wind. We may see more of a ball lobbed over the top, trying to find a foot or a header in the box. But we'll see. Washburn Rural had an amazing long-range free kick goal yesterday. Ended up being the game winner, but into this wind, it's a tough task.
Hunter McWilliams goes low.
It's a very good way to beat the wind, keep it low, but ended up not getting through to goal. Looked like she was shooting on goal there as opposed to passing. Big collision again. Blue Valley West so physical defensively. And again, when you're going into a 20-mile-an-hour wind, low line drive, never a bad idea, but doesn't get through the final wall. And Blue Valley West so good defensively here today.
Lydia Ungashik, Reese Walrod, of course the great save from Zanesh Holt.
Haley Beck's been really good in goal as well for Washburn Rural. I didn't think there was much she could have done about either of the two goals. First one was placed perfectly in the side netting. The second one, she made the initial save and then couldn't get across for the follow-up shot. That would have been a lot to ask. Just about 20 minutes left, though. Not much time for the Junior Blues here. Really need to hustle. Even things like this throwing, got to move quick.
Just a little too far for Monahan. Roll the throw in.
Good step there defensively. Wow. Blue Valley West defense has been so good today.
That was Ulrich with the steal.
Just really cutting out chances before they can get started.
Berman handles.
Good pass.
Nice pass. Berman tries to center it. West keeping the pressure on. Monahan, left footer. One more chance for the Jags. High and right.
Absolute laser there as the ball trickled out to the edge of the box. This pass here to set up the first chance. And Blue Valley West just good initial clearance there and then running up full strike. Just a little bit wide, a little bit high like you said, but it seems like they've been given a boost of confidence by that second goal and they're pushing hard for the third now. Things not looking good for the Junior Blues as all the momentum with Blue Valley West right now kind of closing in on that 5th straight state title.
It's Abby Freeze. Looking for something in the middle.
Again, that pressure defense causing a turnover, leading to another scoring chance, but pulled wide there. Just all over the field, Leaf. It's full pressure defense by Blue Valley West. It's not just waiting until the ball gets in their own defensive half. Right there, just sprinting into the box to cause chaos. It's really impressive to watch.
You said it in our first match, the third place match, that sometimes your best defense is stay aggressive on offense and control the ball.
Yeah, no doubt, and that's what Blue Valley West has done. We talked about it. What will they do in the second half? They did not sit back. They did not sit back, and they did not, just defend. They've been on the front foot trying to keep on the offensive pressure, and they've done it. I think the referee just gave a warning to some of the fans here. I didn't hear anything terrible or offensive, but again, we can't hear everything from up here in the booth.
Good turnout from both sides today.
Absolutely.
Great to see the other athletes from the other sports support sports that aren't in their season and coming out to see it. See a lot of baseball, football players, stands.
Yeah, I mean, really, those high school, college years, a lot of people look back, some of the best years of your life. And days like this, moments like this, the chance to play for a state title, it's pretty special. And, yeah, handball there, no doubt about that one.
Washburn Rural playing into a pretty stiff breeze. Facing uphill battle here, down 2-0.
Not trying to cause any controversy, Leaf, but if you were a college athletic director and you needed a head coach, you could do a lot worse than Alex Amon. I wonder if there's been some teams making a run at him. I mean, on the verge of a 5th straight state title. This is the 11th straight state finals. I don't know, I always wonder about things like that. He's done so well at this level, and will that happen at some point? I'd be curious.
I asked him yesterday, what's the key to the run? He beat Lawrence 8-0, Charlie Mission Northwest 8-0. Had a tough match with Blue Valley, and then handled Manhattan. He said, we did what we do. that's pretty much what they do.
It's just got to be such an intimidation factor when this team comes onto the field in an elimination game. You almost know you're not going to win. I mean, you don't want to say that if you're the coach of the other team, but I'm sure they come onto the field with so much confidence, the Jaguars. Just knowing they're probably going to win because that's what they always do. It's quite an advantage.
And what a confidence factor that must be to go to 11 straight finals, win 4 in a row. When you set that expectation, it's got to do so much for a program.
I mean, yeah, at this point, it's almost like a high school version of a professional team, right? They're so good. And they probably work so hard, they may have a little less fun during the season than some of these other programs, but this is the time they have their fun. This is the payoff, the raising of the trophy at the end of the season. It's when you get to cut loose and really enjoy all that hard work, and they're on the verge of it now, only a little over 15 minutes left. Well, I know you have kids too. It's, when you have kids this age, sometimes it's hard to get them to button down and work their absolute hardest.
Bartlett with a long shot.
I think that's quite a testament to what they've done at Blue Valley West as well. I mean, not to say their girls aren't having fun, because they are, but boy, it's a lot of hard work to get to this level and to maintain that. State final every year pretty much. Crazy to think how much work each of these kids puts into it, and the coaching staff as well. I'm just saying, I don't think my 16-year-old is working as hard as a lot of these kids. And he's not listening, so I can say that.
It's a big commitment. And you're talking year-round for a lot of these players.
Oh, man, winter conditioning. Maybe get a little break here in the summer, but, yeah, it's nonstop. I know when we were growing up, it was so much. You're playing every different sport, and in the summer you're playing baseball, and in the winter you're playing basketball, and there's a lot more specialization now. But yeah, it's a lot of work once you get into that competitive soccer scene and then on into high school for sure. Time not the friend now for the Junior Blues. Really up against it, only 14 minutes left. I'm sure they know this is really not looking good right now for their chances of that state title. Very different than the game they had last night where they got out to that 3-1 lead and then gave up a goal. It was 3-2. They sort of had to survive a run by Olathe Northwest at the end. This time they need to pull a rabbit out of a hat here.
Bill Kennedy back in the match. Good to see her.
Valley West probably not going to be in any hurry on these opportunities the rest of the match. Substitutions obviously can kill off a little bit of the time. These throw-ins, unless the referee's rushing you can take your time on these as well, kill off a few extra seconds.
Washburn Rural had a pretty good opportunity. Snuffed out by Dinesh Holt. One-on-one situation, preserving that 2-0 lead. couple of goals from Reese Wood for Blue Valley West. It's taken us to 2-0.
Again, the fact that Blue Valley West got that goal in the first half against the wind was such a big factor because you knew they were going to have a lot of possession here with the wind. You described that one really great chance the Junior Blues had, but still second half possession almost all for the Jaguars. First goal was crucial, and that second goal equally as big now. They have that insurance goal. Still trying to get a third, but can play a lot more free being up 2-0 than 1-0, where you know one bad touch could lead to an equalizer. Really no pressure at all on Blue Valley West right now.
Alexis Morrison thought Reese Wood was going forward.
As we look at the formation in front of us, it's one forward back for Washburn Rural in between 5 defenders. It's really tough odds numerically. She gets it here, but again, it's a 1-on-4.
Early leg. Grace Walrod goes down. She's really played well defensively. K-State commit.
Absolutely, and at this point, just 11 minutes left. I think if you're the Junior Blues, you really have to start throwing numbers up the field, even if it means you may give up another goal at this point. Not enough offensive chances this half for them, and time's running out on the season. Now, you don't want to give a great offense like Blue Valley West easy pickings on your defense, but at this point, they just got to get the ball up the field. When they get it up the field, they have to have some numbers. And again, looking out right now, it's a 1 forward against 5 defenders setup. It's going to be tough. Getting a lot of numbers forward now, though, for this free kick, but it's into the wind.
Come on, White!
And good defense from West.
Dad, good block!
Bartlett will take her time. 10 minutes to play.
No rush to take this if you're Blue Valley West.
With the wind.
Three defenders sitting all the way back in midfield behind the last forward.
Comes Belle Kennedy.
Really
had a little space, but snuffed out. Good play from Grace Bartlett.
Yeah, it looked like that could be a chance the other way, and really good defense. Again, it's tough for the Junior Blues. So many white jerseys back on defense.
Good effort from Ashley Reck, but be a goal kick for Washburn Rural.
These substitutions can be strategic, trying to kill off a few seconds each time you do that.
Bartlett will limp off.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think in this case, maybe not so much strategic is needed. Like you said, Bartlett, it's like she may be cramping up over there, stretching out on the sideline.
Ball ahead, one more chance for Reese Wood. Over the crossbar.
Yeah, tried to chip the keeper there, got it up over the top, but unable to bring it back down. Again, probably the player of the game. Goes without saying with both the goals. On her left foot here. Goes over the top of the keeper, but it just keeps sailing high. Can't get back down in time.
pitchers.
Tough moments here if you're Washburn Rural. You've had such a great season, but you're down 2 goals. There's less than 8 minutes left. You can't really generate a ton of offense, at least they haven't this game. Just keep absorbing all this pressure from Blue Valley West. Now Blue Valley West just taking their time on all these set pieces. It's got to be frustrating.
16-2-1 for Washburn Rural coming into this Final Four. Struck pretty well. Haley Beck juggled it for just a moment, but grabs a hold.
Really racing through the air with the wind behind it. I thought initially that was just a service into the box looking for a runner. It almost ended up being a shot. Again, possession right back to the Jaguars. Take a look at that free kick again. Long range, curling towards the back post. Goalie spills a little and almost a boot there that could have poked it in. Kind of a high boot, but ends up just being a save.
Heavy freeze. Kennedy trying to get it ahead.
Wow, really good work there.
West has stayed aggressive.
Yeah, no doubt. Like we said, sometimes the best defense is good offense. They've just kept the ball away from the Junior Blues most of this half and most of the game. Able to just kill off the clock with possession, with these slow throw-ins, slow free kicks, substitutions. It's really doing a professional job of killing off this game without it. A lot of times you get late and you see chaos and tons of numbers forward, tons of crosses in the box. That's not happening at all to this Blue Valley West defense. They're just in control every second, seemingly.
Couple of substitutions for Blue Valley West and Washburn Rural. Playing Hill, freshman midfielder in the match for Junior Blues.
Oh, what a nice move.
Rauda sends it ahead, but too far. Final 5 minutes of the 6A championship match. Blue Valley West has been in control. Two goals from Reese Wood. Difference in the game.
Imagine the frustration if you're a fan of any other 6A team to, run into Blue Valley West every year. It's like being in the Big 12 for KU's, 15 straight conference titles. It's a tough task every year. Now this is on the verge of 5 straight state titles. Blue Valley West maybe going to get an insurance goal.
Haley Beck there to stop the shot from Audrey Kirk.
Shot by Kirk. Save back.
Kennedy tries to send it ahead. Again, 3 Blue Valley West defenders are there.
That's been the big story to me, other than the possession of Blue Valley West. Every time the ball is sent forward, trying to find the feet of one of the Junior Blue strikers, it's just a real big numbers mismatch. We see it now, and on the field it's more of a 3v3, but a lot of times when the ball is in motion, it's a 1 versus 3 for that center forward. In that case, you need to really have some magic to dribble around 1 or 2 defenders. It just hasn't happened today.
One more chance for West. Beck is there. Nice save.
Perfect position, and again, she's been very busy this afternoon.
Audrey Kirk has made a lot happen offensively for Blue Valley West.
Yeah, no doubt about that. She's been very good. Obviously, Reese Wood with the 2 goals. Better here, though, for the Junior Blues. Need to get a shot out of it, though, and they lose possession.
Looking for Bell Kennedy down the right side. Woods got it again.
I like that. Just slow it down there, keep possession. No real hurry. No need to even score another goal.
Just a little too far for Reese Wood.
Colgan Washburn.
Well, you can see the body language from Washburn Rural. I think they know writing's on the wall here. Just not enough time left to get 2 goals. At least it doesn't seem that way. The offense is such a numbers mismatch again here. It's 1 forward running up against 3 white jerseys. Valley West so organized defensively. At the same time, so good on the offensive end. It's a perfect storm. It's got to be a foul, and it is. Yellow card, in fact.
Going to be on Bell Kennedy.
Pretty harsh challenge there. See a lot of pain there. Looks like maybe right knee area. Let's take another look here. Good step to win the ball, but then kind of scissor kicked from behind. It's hard to see exactly from that angle. Let's take a look here from behind. Yeah, I think maybe just need a knee.
Coach said she's tough as nails, and she didn't want to come out of this match.
Yeah, Grace Barlow walking it off, and I think she's going to stay in, but definitely not moving very well. Let's take one more look. Well, you're a senior leader of the team. You don't want to come off 2 minutes left in the state finals, especially now when you're on the verge of that championship.
Shot from Alexis Morrison. Got it up by Haley Beck.
I'll tell you, though, we're watching Bartlett really not moving well, though. If this was a 1-goal game, I think she might be coming off at this point, but not much of a risk leaving her out there. Glad she's all right and it's not real serious.
I think she's just toughing it out right now. I'm
Yeah,
not
no
sure
doubt.
she's moving very well. She'll head to Grand Canyon next year.
Really good defending there. So 2 versus 2 for the Junior Blues. Ends up coming down, maybe an attack the other way now.
Morrison tries to get it ahead to Reese Wood. Just a little too far. Final minute of play.
You can see Bartlett there winning the captain's armband. Still
On that, and she'll be back. Probably able to still lift that 6A trophy, won't she?
Oh, I think so, and we're on the verge right now. She may not be walking well, but yeah, she'll forget that pretty quick. And it's time for that trophy presentation. 5th straight state title for Blue Valley West. They're about to be crowned. Yeah, I believe that "We Will Win" chant breaks out. I think there's no doubt at this point.
Great belief all season long for Blue Valley West. 5 times the champion.
What a run for the Jaguars, celebrating as a team on the field, and well reserved at Queens of 6A soccer. Valley West just dominant. 11 straight state finals, now their 5th straight state title. What an amazing run.
Reese Wood, the difference maker with 2 goals. Blue Valley West. 10 shots on goal to 5 from Washburn Rural. Washburn Rural with a fine season, 16-2-1 coming in. Their third loss is the toughest one, as they finish runner-up one more time to Blue Valley West.
The Jaguars taking a victory lap in front of their fans. Pretty cool to see. Bartlett very slowly walking over, as you can tell, definitely not anywhere near 100%. And senior star making her way as well. I believe we went into this saying Blue Valley West has to be at least a slight favorite in this game, and they definitely played like the favorite today. Great performance and very well-deserved state championship.
Grace Bartlett looks like Kirk Gibson in the World Series. She's going to make her way back to the line and celebrate with her teammates.
Just needs the fist pump, and she'll have
exactly.
it. Yeah.
Great effort defensively from Blue Valley West. Jaguars, 6A champions once again. A 2-0 win over Washburn Rural. Back to wrap things up here from Seabeck in Olathe, Kansas, right after this on Spectrum Sports. Blue Valley West, your 6A champion, 2-0 over Washburn Rural, as the Junior Blues get their second place medal. It's great to see some smiles on that Washburn Rural side. We saw Brooklyn DeLay, number 17, just get her medal, an outstanding volleyball player, playing soccer as well, in the presentation of that second place trophy.
Like you said, it's definitely not the case where only one team's the real winner at the end of this. I know we're only crowning one state champion, but second place is a pretty darn special accomplishment as well. So congrats on the second place finish to the Junior Blues, and got their medals, got their second place trophy. Very well deserved, and no shame ever losing to Blue Valley West. This is a very special team, very special dynasty they built.
They know the routine. Blue Valley West with their 5th straight state championship, and Alex Amon will hand out the medals to his team.
Still never gets old, though. You know, this is, like I said, this is what all that hard work is rewarded by.
Nash Holt with a great save early in that match. Audrey Kirk did some great work offensively as well, setting up both those goals. Megan Freeze, a senior midfielder.
Woods up next, had the 2 goals today, ends up being the game-winning goal. Her goal in the 6th minute, very early in this one.
Sophia Radiz, Washington University, in St. Louis. Abby Freeze with a nice match. Kenzie Ulrich, junior defender.
Number 8, Addison Griffey.
Addison Griffey, just a freshman. She'll be back.
Number 9, Devin Monahan. Number 10, Alexis Morrison.
Morrison had 12 goals this year, heading to K-State.
Number 11, Megan Walters.
Walters just a freshman, what a great experience.
Number 12, Ashley Rick. Number 13, Morgan Colangelo.
Morgan Colangelo gets to be part of the ceremony.
Number 14, Reese Walrod.
Reese Walrod did a great job defensively.
Number 15, Kyra Berman.
Kira Berman.
Number 16, Lydia Ungashik.
Lydia Ungashik did some great work defensively as well.
Number 17, Rosemary Pajito.
Rosemary's just a freshman.
And number 21, Grace Bartlett.
Team captain.
Saving one of the best for last as the coach is bowing down, saying we're not worthy.
State Soccer Championship Team Trophy to head coach Alex Amon and the Blue Valley West.
One of those most special moments in sports, the trophy presentation. In soccer, it's normally a big jump around.
Congratulations to Blue Valley West High School soccer team on an incredible season and for winning the 2022 Class 6A State Soccer Championship. Thank you, fans, for your support.
Grace Bartlett and her Jaguars can celebrate 5 straight state championships, Dave. That's 9 total titles for Blue Valley West. It's an incredible program.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be one of the best runs in KC area high school sports history. 11 straight state finals, 5 straight state championships. Blue Valley West has a dynasty, no doubt about it, and definitely the deserving state champion here in 2022.
Congratulations to Alex Amon and his Blue Valley West Jaguars. Tip of the cap to our host, Pat Butler of Olathe West. Big thank you to Kansas State High School Activities Association for allowing us to bring you this Final Four. Dave Orchard, always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good seeing you, my friend.
Great job by our Spectrum Sports crew, led by our producer-director, Joe Novacek. Blue Valley West, your 6A champion, once again, 5 straight, with a 2-0 win over Washburn Rural. Reese Wood with a pair of goals to bring the trophy home to Blue Valley West. For all of us here at Spectrum Sports, I'm Lee Fleisig. We will see you next time.